Yes, sir. The rate at which we were borrowing, we risk defaulting on our debt obligations. Anti-COVID buy, so Kaya, sub-region ha,
Yes.
Zambia, and they're the first country or default on its debt obligation. Second, Ghana.
China for guys who will take you over the port.
Yes, because the kwacha at the time, which their currency was the worst performing currency. I got to a time and Ghana they were second. And it wasn't because Ukraine-Russia war and the best Ghana economy.
Okay.
Now, ya bobosiana be ye kenke party, a bobosia ba the state agencies, including your friends a Bank of Ghana, and your friends a Cocoa Board and Kasa, a bobosiama, economy no, abubu. The ratings were quite clear. And again, Ukraine-Russia war, no, the impact on Ghana no wasn't direct because over sub-region countries in North Africa like Morocco, Egypt, they trade a lot with either Ukraine or Russia. Ghana, you trade share with Ukraine and Russia. And I'm told that Neman is serious.
Yeah, serious.
It did not in any way affect your friend saying petrol, any of those kind of items.
Yeah.
By now, of course, our Strait of Hormuz issues now, about 90% of oil are countries like South Korea, Japan, even China, America na waka ntokwa the oil is just 2%. And that is why Donald Trump said on daily basis, could release it over about 400 way into the market, sabeya obe stabilize way.
Yeah.
So see Amanoka say oil is selling at the global way last 2 weeks. Now you're over $100 per barrel.
That's true.
You expect Senka by now. And Ghana year turn over there to 20 cities.
Yeah.
But Enam said we do the import everything in dollars. And then the currency has been stabilizing, the effect is minimal. Okay. And because your friends say when it comes to oil, Iran, your friends say major power. And some of the countries affected within the region, the Gulf countries, power, your friends say energy blocks in this country. Global prices in as for. And oil is one thing a price, determine. And determine. So whether you like it or not, whenever they mention your friends saying almost set the price now, it actually affect everybody, including even America. You go to America, diesel is for prices are high. What I say?
Yeah.
So you have that particular impact. But if you're able to manage your currency properly, at the end of the day, the impact will be mitigated. And I think that there is something that government will also have to pay attention to. Watch it. Some of the fuel stations, I shall say, you're holding.
Okay.
Yes. I'm
going to try and war.
They have it. And me call almost 2 filling stations. Almost the petrol.
Oh, some.
Oh, yes. 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 And I have my new report from other people. They are more petrol, but almost the petrol. And I think that this is something that government will have to pay much attention to. National security for it, yeah. Pay attention to because I are deliberate. So when they are hoarding and oil no more can say price no cost and yeah, because it is not an actual shortage, a expected shortage. And amount for this at a price, because as we stand now, amount for oil, there is a free flow of it at airco. Yeah. And I'm told that Donald Trump is making provisions that the US Marine will be escorting your friend saying some of these we already know I'm 80% insurance. So what they will tank a cofaho and answer what they will ship cofaho. Now say will suffer any damage be 80% insurance. Okay. And there is enough motivation for people to go. So price that who know I expected shortage and amount for their price. It's not an actual thing. Okay. So Ghana impact on her. It's understandable because Sana affected by Ukraine-Russia war did not impact heavily on because how many countries and they rely on Russian oil? Russia nankasa oil you should do now from the Gulf Strait to Honey Freeba. Over the years, Iran and a man much of the fuel and Venezuela and Trump game now oil no chess game no play in China. China na all cut oil supply because the major suppliers over the years has been Venezuela. And the same Venezuela and not some provide oil for Cuba. And Cuba has a CR. Cuba, they are in crisis. And from the past bear we no muda sumu. And the same thing, such as game in all play against China. Because the major producers of oil to China are Iran and Venezuela. And then he's trying to cut them off. Now person will move move in terms of economy in as a form then we here you need fuel in as much as we say we are shifting from fossil then the oil economy will continue to dominate. So a chess game no move playing about what in China with the emotions about cancer my they are playing their own game. Is the reason why I've always advocated say Africa and then all the major powers are regrouping. America is setting authority. And the middle powers in so air try to do better Europe and almost trying to regrouping.
Africa's then.
In terms of natural resources, we are the richest. In terms of human resources, land size, say Ghana, Africa is 3 times larger than Europe. We have everything that is take to succeed. But I'm say yenni mentality say be abuama development and as for we are still here. So I think that time has come for Africa. Now yes, we strategically say at the geopolitical arena, no countries are regrouping, asserting the authority and their interest. Yes, and how situation like this, you better me take care of her because Ghana produces oil. One of the largest producing way, Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it's refinery, you produce refine way. And will be affected by what is happening at the global stage. Even though to certain extent, but it will be limited. What I say over the years. Until combat in Amati said Obaye Tor or try to revive it. Tor was almost a collapsed entity. But government was behind a private firm.
And almost a collapse.
A collapse,
yes.
So from the scratch, the gentleman is building armed toes and they have capacity to refine almost
28,000.
Yes. So yes. You see, so with time, who say because what people don't know is America for oil. What people don't know is America is the biggest producer of oil in the whole world. That is what people know. On the Saudi Arabia, distance done in terminal and the ketwa because they've added fracking. So you don't need to have a natural deposit. They are using fracking to add up to their way. And when it comes to oil, America is the leading producer of oil in the whole of the world. But because fracking, machines as for my building over the years, who use oil now, and so they have to sell it and buy the light one a bit of power on my industries and so forth. And you no cause a world problem and fano. And this obey Donald Trump and some can say, or say, if I challenge them about to be temporal and fano and to quano or to what you say, or by near my yama, what or only Tibo boom no, or you know, so I think that I see a shot in the air near my ye. Now you to ye near my ye produce oil, Nigeria for produce we produce be. But there in Africa, you produce 8 million yamana ye. And they produce 60 to almost best 70% of the whole world cocoa. We are seeing Cote d'Ivoire. Watch it with ye.
Ethiopia.
Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. 60 to 70% of we have a worldwide cocoa production. Now, I didn't know to determine price. Now, Quabrani determine price mine because cocoa no corner so on. I just saw the young quantity. Wouldn't even find your share, I say, and you only determine how much the person is buying. But yet, you add the value to it or chrome higher, and now what one. Don't you think you have the leverage and advantage to set your own price?
Silos in chroma, yeah, but they are stored grains.
Now, your friend says, our cocoa marketing board, no. And we are no more the Kyei actually money be go on ocean and Akufo because no more the 300 million Ghana cedis. And now Kwabranet one cocoa farmers inside you almost say, I'm sorry because I buy 80. You said there is no sense in this sort of propaganda because if I will do propaganda, I will do a propaganda that is reasonable within a context that will be justify to rational minds. But they think they are dealing with fools. But you see, by a bedroom be a Ghana for because at this point, the global market price of cocoa is available. Cote d'Ivoire could have maintained this particular price, but almost 50% and almost 1,500. And the Ghana could have done the same thing, but the president has maintained even though a swatted there, but I'm paying 90%. That is a plus. So how on earth would anybody go and do propaganda? Like I say, COVID bar crowd, now your friend say yanti cocoa. So what has COVID got to do with cocoa? COVID no cocoa, different. Like what is the relationship? Because these are different commodities with need all market and everything all together. So I think it's a wake-up call to us as Africans. We cannot always sit down and impact how it's going to affect our economy. No, we need to make the move, making sure we build all the buffers. I know the things like this, but we will not rely on Nani panel also exploit situations like this. We need to bring them to book because some of the oil companies, the filling stations, and you can check check some of the filling stations. That is what they are doing. oil wo ho enra me call baby woman na sorry bebu bia ma me we free chire ba so we bi ni ho oboa ebi wo ho what I say but nobody is checking them. So I think say we need to be very proactive. Now you making sure say we take the bull by the horn. Now you ankase you take your destiny because what in China will be determine your destiny amawa. Or no interest will be paramount.
I know there.
Yes, you think America will champion your interest? No, they won't. And Donald Trump will cry while you cry there, which is what say Nema. What I say. And you know, we need to take our destiny into our own hands. Near prioritize it near my here and can oil by in Nigeria. You collaborate. There is a refinery. Yankasa you refine for our own usage.
No.
You will mitigate your friends said the impact our world market, and that is what countries do. But we need every blessed day we have to rely on import from outside. Any time there is a shift, you know, it will affect you. You understand?
Osha yen so ye two or ye be or takra de ha. Your percentage in the woman. You have this renegotiation. Tall ho. You see, at all, say on person move on capacity from 28,000 to 45,000.
Yes.
And now no other talu more and the other oil wins in. Yeah, no one come home because a time will come. COVID actually in Yansan be said, and maybe Baba here to go grant him and they say, maybe Baba will be answering my more. How are you going to survive? I think that conversation should be around Sanyamai, adding value to certain raw materials for our own benefit so that now over reliance of Zankrofu, Western world, no, a time will come, no. Yasobeshu, honorable Bramnafi, time a becan, you from you, take the phone near